Good afternoon, US. Good evening, UK. And tonight on Paranormal Path, we are joined by Charlie and Rox Paranormal. How are you doing?
All right, thank you. How are you?
Fine. It's so lovely to meet you.
Thanks
It
for
really
having us on.
is. No, it's great. What's it doing up your way? Is it raining?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
always
raining
raining.
all day.
Always raining.
Yeah. Where are you, like Cheshire-ish?
No, we're
So-
more North Wales,
North Wales,
Wrexham.
Oh, Wrexham. Oh, yeah. It's always rains in Wales, doesn't it?
Always.
Definitely. Yeah. So if anyone's got any questions during the show, then please add it in the comment. Hello, we've got Annette. Spoke to Annette the
Annette.
other week. So hey, Annette. Hope you're okay. So as I ask everybody, why did it start for you with paranormal? You know, did you sort of encounter something or question it? Or hi, Liam.
Hi, Liam. Hi, pal. Yeah, we never really believed in the paranormal. Don't get me wrong, we've all had, I think everybody has an experience where they think, was it or was it not? But no, we never really believed. And then my mother-in-law, Roxanne's mum, she bought us tickets to an event, and we went, and nothing really happened.
Until we got on, we realised we caught a photo, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a really relaxed night, to be honest. I went upstairs into this back gallery room, and there was a little stage in the bottom area, and I lay down on the stage, and for some reason, I don't know why, somebody just said, take a picture, like just popped into me head, take a picture. And,
Oh wow.
And the event we were on, they said to always take 3 pictures, so you got one in the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end to try and compare them. And I took 3 pictures, snapped, and caught like a white silhouette of like either looks like a woman in white or like a monk, because it was like the Blackfriars there, wasn't it, in Stanley Palace in Chester. Wow. Which was great. And then from there we kind of like questioned things, and we're like, whoa, is it not? Don't get me wrong, we're still very, very much skeptics and think rational about everything, because you have to. And that's about the paranormal. It doesn't always happen for you, which is a good thing about it, because when you do get stuff, it is really good to get stuff done. Yeah.
That's right. That sounds really interesting, though, to get something like a photo and.
Yeah. I've sort of got that on Facebook somewhere. I'll have to find it. I'll send it over to you.
Oh gosh,
yeah, definitely. It was mad because it was really, really quiet, and it was just weird that it was just something like just popped into your head. Took a picture, and we had it. And it was unreal.
Something. But to get a photo, have people looked at it then and think,
it's been shared over Facebook years ago. How many years ago? 7 years ago?
7 years ago, yeah.
Oh, wow, brilliant. Yeah, definitely get it on and put it on. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is a great encounter, though. It really is, isn't it? To get a photo.
Like that place was like home, because
like
we always used to go
familiar.
there. And it's very familiar. We used to know how to do techniques and what triggered it. And funny enough, we went back there the other week.
Yeah.
We haven't been there in years. And we went back the other week. And again, we had, it wasn't as active as what we would have liked it to have been. But there was certain things that we'd done that got it. We had a bit of K2 hits. We had the ball go off, I believe it was.
Yeah, somebody come through Katie's Xbox as well.
Katie Hughes was on the chat. She was there. She had 2 responses through her SB7. Awesome. And upstairs we heard like banging and tapping when we were calling out to James Stanley, who was obviously associated with that building.
That's great. But you get the familiarity if you do go back to a place. They do get to know you a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
And you just go in and you sometimes know the name. Like, what happens when you go into a building? Do you sort of go high, or how do you start an investigation?
It all depends.
We always look around first, and we have a really good look around and see if there's any like drafts anywhere. Because a lot of places we go,
you can debunk it. A lot of places.
Drafty places and paranormal,
Well, like we go with the friends that we go with. There's normally typically about 10 of us that go, and we just really, when it's just us, we get right into it straight away. We do a call out session, and just to see whether we can hear anything or pick up anything, and to see whether there is actually going to be activity there. Nothing happens. We always have a laugh. No doubt we always have a laugh. It's always the best way to go across, especially when we used to do events as well. It was always about the people, which was for us was amazing, because when you get to see them witness what you've already witnessed, it's absolutely fantastic. And the excitement you get in the face, especially when you get skeptics as well.
I love that.
Yeah, we had one guy that was a skeptic in a location that we went to in Penellan, in Rwabon in Wales, and we called him Bjorn, wasn't it? Do you know, off the Vikings? He looked the spitting image of Bjorn, and he didn't believe in any of it. We'd done the SS method downstairs, and he had it all coming through to him, and voices that he couldn't explain, answering my questions, even when we were like whispering and stuff. And he loved it. At the end, he was like, "I can't believe it." He said, "My mind's blown." He said, "I didn't believe any of it," and he goes, "I'm absolutely astounded." He said, "It was amazing."
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what you enjoyed, don't you?
Yeah.
That is it. You know, I had it at Drakelow Tunnels. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Yeah,
but
massive, isn't it?
Wow. Oh, I'm so gutted it's gone now.
Yeah.
But
you can still have tours there. I've seen it
advertised. You're not allowed to take your photo or camera. So it's just a tour, no photos, no nothing. Like,
it's a shame, isn't it?
You're not going to be on your own or in a group or sort of calling out, so it's a shame. But I was working for helping out on a local events company just till dawn, and basically I'd gone for a trial. So we stood in where all the corridors kind of meet. There's one bit. So there's this like group of people, and sort of said, "Who wants to stand there?" You know. So halfway down the corridor, 4 points to get 4 people standing, different bits, and the group sent skeptic down there. So the little group said to a ghost or what was around, "Go and tap him on the shoulders." So we were saying that right in the centre. Something tapped him on the shoulder, he came legging it back to us. It's a wee bit worried.
Well, it's good when that happens. It validates
it, And then
it does validate what you're thinking.
Never took the mickey out of it, going, "Yeah, they're not in a ghost, are they?" But yeah, you just love things like that, and we've kind of seen a world where a lot of people say it doesn't exist, but we know it does.
Yeah.
And isn't it amazing?
It is. It's questions that you don't have in it. Yeah. Like, why are they still here? Why are they stuck here? Do they come back and visit? Is there nowhere that we do go? Are we just stuck as energy? Everything's energy. Are we just stuck as energy?
Questions to even answer.
It is. And like we say, until we have a near-death experience where we die and come back, and we've seen that part of it, I don't think any of us are really going to know what's on the other side.
No, 100%.
But right.
It's interesting. Like, a lot of people have different questions, like dimensions. Is it actually us on another dimension plane, which you're actually trying to communicate with ourselves?
Are they going about their day to day, and we're doing our day to day, and like, oh my god, and like when you try and communicate. I was sort of at an investigation, and they said that they saw us as shadows, but we can see them as shadows, can't we? Because we see shadow people.
Yeah.
So is it? Oh, it's just mind blowing. It's absolutely awesome. I love it.
Where we were looking in the corner, and we seen some sort of shadow, and we said, "Can you see us?" And then we had a response on an EVP saying, "Can you see us?"
Yeah.
So wow. It straight back, and that was one of the best. That was the first EVP we got, wasn't it? That was amazing.
Yeah. That was an EVP about the shadow thing, which we got. It's amazing when you do get that evidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when the EVPs are crystal clear, there's no denying it.
I've heard loads of people ask about your equipment. We always say an EVP. No, without a doubt.
Good old-fashioned EVP.
Good old-fashioned EVP. And I get, cameras are brilliant to capture things that we can't see with our own eyes, but there's also like the illusion of cameras and camera flare. But you do capture stuff on camera. I'm not saying that you don't, but there's always something there that you have that can back up, like to catch somebody saying something that's physically not there.
Everybody's been quiet,
and it's responding to a question you've asked, and it's give you an answer to that question. It's just mind blowing. I remember I was in a place walking around, and I left an EVP while I was walking around the house. I was in the house on my own, and I was asking this particular object to speak to me. And when I got back to that room, I went, "Well, did you speak?" And I had a man's voice come through, not what I was expecting, saying no, as if to say this person has not actually spoken that normally typically speaks there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. So I got a comment here from Andy Tom then. You have to enjoy a venue investigation. Hope your spirits are enjoying presence as much as you are theirs. And yeah, it does. If you're laughing, then it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember that
does
it was
add.
and Stanley Palace, wasn't it?
Laughing.
We were in Stanley Palace once, years ago, and in the Queen Anne room, there was like a round table. And I got up and I actually said, did I build the energy? And I started running around the table, and the K2s and everything were going mad, as if I was building. When I stopped, it was still as if there was a whirl going round the whole table, big, massive drop, as if something was running round the table, like enjoying
it. Oh, my God.
It's
awesome, isn't it? Katie says laughter's definitely the key, and it is, Yeah. I was recently at a location, we were laughing like crazy. Mark was there from Haunted Auckland. Oh my God, I was so chuffed to investigate with him. And the energy was crazy, but for some reason the spirits had a night off. And we kind of think somebody overprotected, not our group, but somebody had overprotected one night, and maybe everything had sort of really kept out our way, which was really odd because I know the location. But oh my God, we were laughing so much. It was, most have laughed for ages, so it's cool, isn't it? I've got a question here.
That energy, when you bring a good energy, it seems to help.
Even if not much happens, you still enjoy the night then as well.
That's right, because isn't it mad? Here we are, we're going out, go out late till 2 a.m, shattered, probably right off the next day, driving to God knows where, down country lanes, 1 hour plus drive home, and you get home and you don't want to sleep either, do you?
No. Oh no, I can sleep. It doesn't matter.
You can as soon as you get home. That's all right.
Out.
Oh, we've got a bit of a time delay, but Andy says great interaction, spirit running around the table, making sure people are joining in. But that was it's incredible.
I think that's the key as well. When we've been with guests, we've got them involved. We've noticed big part of nights that when it's mainly just a couple of people that are calling out a thing and not everybody's really into it. Now I get some people just come because they're partners or
this is awareness, isn't it? Yeah.
But when we say to them, listen, all right, I understand you might not believe or you might not think it's worth, just call out and see. And you know what? The amount of responses that we've had just from certain people calling out that wouldn't believe, and it's actually responded to them. It's been fantastic. And then they think oh, wow, okay, I'll keep going. And then they go and they get really involved in the night and it just builds that energy.
They enjoy it themselves then.
The lighter you are, the more spirit will attract to you, and that's it, isn't it? But it's just fantastic what you can get. Anthony Lewis, have you ever had a shadow person show you something need to be seen or known? Have you had a shadow person show you something you should know about?
Not in the aspect of a shadow showing me. Obviously, when we've asked questions can you show me where you are?
We've seen things move in the
corner. We've seen stuff like that. But in the aspect of showing us stuff that we want to know to focus on something, then no. Having something that we believe that was down the corridor or something like that we've seen now, big shadow, claw hands, 8-foot figures. We were at one location, we had a group of guests behind us, and I was golding in this doorway, and I didn't see it, but I was standing in the doorway, and Roxanne and a few of the other guests seen this big black mass walk straight through me.
It literally
just covered me out. But I didn't see it. I didn't witness it at all, but it went through me, Roxanne said, it just walked me out, which was weird, but a lot of people have seen that, and that was from me. I know a lot of people don't like golding, and
I'm not into that, but
we're always respectful. We always we do the respectful side, everything first, and then we see if we can trigger it with a bit of, wouldn't say negativity, but golding. And
if there's
sometimes
somebody there who's makes me say nasty, somebody who's done something nasty in life, who obviously might respond to a more deeper voice.
And it has worked. But then we know in certain locations, like in Stanley Palace, you be respectful because there's kids there. There's James Stanley, Penny Lamb. You're respectful because it's respectful of spirits and stuff like that. But then in certain places where there's darker entities and negativity, like where there's, I think Weir Mill was one of them.
Yeah, where a murder was meant to have
There was a murder where a man had supposedly murdered 10 kids. and he wouldn't respond to anything that we were asking politely until we started shouting at him, saying that he was horrible for what he'd done and everything. That's when it started coming through, as if we were calling him out for what he actually done, if you know what I mean, like telling him. And that kind of worked. So I'm not a full, no, don't go down that
go into a random location and start shouting and screaming.
But you felt drawn to that, and that that's what you did.
Tried to suss out the location first to see what kind of entities we're dealing with. So like we know, I know a few of the places that we've been to. We know what spirits are where, what spirits are what, and we know how to trigger that place or use the technique in that place, if you know what I mean. But then when we go to something new, we do
start from scratch,
bring it back, start from scratch, and see where the night takes us and how it is going to be. Whether we're going to be dealing with respectful ghosts or whether we're dealing with something that's totally different.
Yeah. Terry, it's okay being firm, but in a respectful way. But I've met some gruesome people, and it oh God. But then I've sometimes got information and they don't want me to have that. And they're going, oh, why is she saying that? Because I pick things up like mediumistically, which is like what they're wearing or what they're doing. And I think I've come out with some secret that they don't want people to know, which is a bit weird, but hey ho. Got Louisa as well. Hi, Louisa. Thanks for everyone who's joined us. It's wonderful. But if you've got any questions for Charlie and Rocks, then please join in. So, what's your favourite place that you've been to then?
It's quite a few, isn't there? Obviously, Tatton Old Hall.
Right, yeah.
And that was before all of everything with the experiments and all that went on.
Yeah.
That place before that was absolutely fantastic there. So Stanley Palace, definitely.
That's where we had most of the first experiences. That was the first place we got touched.
Yeah.
First place.
You always seem to get touched there, didn't you, on your legs and everything?
I got poked in the back at one point and I was ready to leave and I felt so sick because the only way to describe it is like the potty that you used to get as a kid and you stick your finger in it and your finger go all. I felt the finger go right into my back, and I've never experienced anything like that since, and I wouldn't want to again, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone can feel being touched, and I know it's a silly thing to say, but I don't know if it's kind of a sense thing. Like, I've never people say they've been touched and whatever, and I've never felt it. I don't get it.
In a lot of places we've been, like children, I don't know whether it's a random thing. I get tickly legs.
Always with kids. Anywhere with kids, her legs always get like tickled by her legs.
Yeah. Interesting.
Always. Yeah. It's when you had your hair played with, didn't you?
Yeah, I had my hair moved off my face.
But what was the funny? I didn't go with her that night. I had a lads' night in the house with my mates and that, and she went with one of our friends, Tammy, and that was the night she got poked in the back, and she come back, and I used to work nights. And when I worked nights, she said she heard like a child shouting "mummy." Now we have kids, and obviously she thought they were sleeping at night, and they were talking in their sleep. The next night they were out, the girls, in my mother-in-law's and Tracy's, and I was in work again nights, and she heard "ha ha ha, do you want to play a game?"
Well, I was on the toilet at 3 o'clock in the morning,
and there was nobody in the girls' bedroom, so we left an EVP. Left the camera rolling in the girls' bedroom. You could hear like the toys being played with when no one was in the house.
Oh wow!
Stuff like that. So we actually smudged the house because it was after that night of Stanley. We smudged all the house top to bottom and all that with all proper sage, everything.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Stanley Palace and she asked the question, "Did somebody follow me home?" And it was a girl come through. Yes, for a while.
Oh wow!
So it was mad, but that was something that we never believed in either. That things could follow you home.
Yeah, I heard a whisper then. Is there anyone with you? Oh, okay, fine. It's all right. No, that's fine. It's just that I found I've been doing a few shows and we've been getting these random voices in the background.
Well, funny enough,
I just don't know what's going on. It's like, oh, okay.
I did one with the lighter side with Scott and Andy. And we had fun through. I had headphones on as well, so it wasn't as if I was on my own down here, so everything was muted in, so you couldn't get anything from there. It was just on the headphone. And as I was talking, it was like a male's voice coming through it, and I couldn't understand what it was saying, but Andy Murphy got it and said it was something like, "Not your fault," or something like that. Love you, but I just recently lost my dad beforehand as well. So, but that was weird. but I couldn't hear it proper because it just sounded like muffled.
You're
didn't
deaf
it?
as well,
And I'm
to be
quite
fair.
deaf, to be honest, so I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
But no, he broke it down. He was like, "Yeah," he said, "There's definitely somebody there, Charlie." So, which was a bit weird.
It is random how, you know, something does interact sometimes on the shows, and I don't know why, but yeah, it's what we do, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
I've got a question from Andy then. Have you been to a venue and seen someone sitting in a chair, pew, or sitting basically somewhere?
No, not sitting, but we were at one location, Paranormal, before, when there was a group of us, and we had a REM pod on the chair, and something blacked it out. And I said, "Oh yeah, can you just move that me way I can't see the REM pod?" And then one of the people that were in the room with us said, "Well, no one's standing there." And it weren't until I got home I actually thought to myself, "Well, what was standing there then?" There was 100% something that blocked the light out. And then it weren't until I got home that I realised, yeah, somebody must have been stood in front of it.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. That's fantastic. So, comment by Ellie. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Charlie and Rock's Paranormal are great paranormal investigators.
Cheers, Ellie. That's normally when we have a good night, Ellie. Come on, you got to admit it.
Anthony Lewis then says, just wondering, did anything or item shows up then? Do they disappear? Do you ever get that? Do you lose things or have things in your house that disappear?
We did. I think it was I think that was just misplaced by us though. Was when we done the Crying House, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We couldn't find a K2 anywhere, and nor could the other group that was with us. So we were like, "Is that mine? Is that yours?" But we couldn't find it anywhere, and then it turned up in one of the guest bag at the end of it. So, but no, I don't think we've really ever had. Sorry, Drakelow Tunnels. There was two people that were there. They were at a K2 on like the curbs, like because quite high curb things, aren't they, on the side through the tunnels?
Yeah, that's when you walk in, isn't it? It's
and they were sitting down.
We nearly trip over it.
Yeah, they had the K2 sitting on there, and the K2 actually got moved and slid across the floor, and they didn't touch it. But we never personally experienced anything being like put down there and then it's moved, unless it's me and I can't see in the house. My eyes, you know what man eyes are like, and wife's like, "No, it's there. I put it there." No.
Oh, bless you. So, to somebody starting out in paranormal, what sort of do you recommend? How should they go and investigate?
I would just.
Everyone's got different techniques as well. No one's the same. Like, this is the thing. We go for a lot of teams, and they use different techniques to us. They use different equipment to us. And the way I see it is, we're all looking for the same thing. So if they're doing something that necessarily we wouldn't do, if they get something, it's good to learn off other people as well and see how they do things as well. Yeah. Because some people might not agree with what we do, but it's all fine. It doesn't make a difference. Everyone's entitled to an opinion on how they go about things.
But what I would say is be open-minded.
Yeah.
Definitely be open-minded. Don't shut yourself off.
That's it.
You know, even if you are a skeptic and you're going somewhere, there's always somewhere that a skeptic will always think in the back of their head, well, was that something? Always.
It's always
tell you that now. You always question it. You will always, even when you've seen stuff move, you've got to ask yourself, was that really a spirit or is it rational? You've always got to be, but going into it, use your own senses. I always think your body is, you do, you know, when we've been to some places.
Personal experiences that validate it for people as well, isn't it?
Yeah, when you've been in some places, you sometimes just get that heaviness feeling or the feeling of something there. So, you know, that could be a good thing. You know, just take an EVP with you. Use your phone, your voice recorders on your phone. If you haven't got, you know, equipment to start off with or money, use what you've got. You know what I mean? It's yourself, phone, whatever, and go into it open-minded.
Yeah, this is it. Like, a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't have your phone. You know, to be a proper investigator, you shouldn't have your phone. But it's got a lot on it, hasn't it? You know, you've got a voice recorder. Some people use apps. I use apps. They don't always work for me. But I've had some incredible evidence.
This is the thing that everyone's entitled to.
You don't know, do you?
No.
You get these so-called professionals out there that try to dictate to people what they should use, what they shouldn't use. No, use what you want to use. You know, like
Yeah.
I know Scott from Paranormal Mystery. You know, he's got some very interesting things that he uses that I've never thought of using. Like he'll use a compass, or you know, he'll use like something as simple as like something like there's no draft, and you'll put something there to see if it moves by asking for a response. Simple things that you would not think to use because we're so drawn into this technology side of things these days, which, you know, different things can be used. So
That's right, because there's nothing like even a K2. It doesn't prove anything.
No.
But if you ask it to light up to red, and it lights up to red,
and you
and
get
what's caused it? And I know a lot say it's Wi-Fi, it's electrical, and you do the checks.
Yeah.
And I know if your phone's near a K2, it will go to amber, go down, go back to amber. That's generally what the effect has, isn't it, of a mobile phone near it?
Do you know when people tell you to switch your phone on flight mode, yeah? Switch your phone on flight mode, and I tell you now, put a K2 next to it and wave your phone side to side, and it'll still light up.
Same as walkie-talkies interfere as well.
Walkie-talkies, and REM pods, they always set REM pods off,
and then that sends them off. So
you've just got to, like everything what happens, you just got to check it out, haven't you?
Yeah, analyze everything.
Oh, I like this. Always bring candy to stop.
Lots of sweets.
Yeah,
lots
we always say sweets.
In Stanley Palace, we ended up with a party food buffet.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
We're all happy.
We've got Rigger Nicole from Scotland. Hope you're well. Sunny Scotland. Yeah, I bet it's sunny even here. It's horrible here. But you know, it's just a lovely thing that we do, isn't it? And you know, it is special that, you know, that spirit do sometimes want to communicate with us, and you know, we assume that it takes a lot of energy for him to do so as well.
Yeah.
So it's sort of an honour, isn't it? So, is there anywhere in the US you'd like to go?
Oh, there's quite a few.
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh, okay. What we got?
We were hoping, to be honest, within the next 2 years to go out to California. To go out to California because Andy Murphy and Kirsty out there at the moment.
Yeah.
They're out there with a military base, so we were hoping to get out there and do some investigating over there. But there's always the Heritage Square.
Yeah.
Love to do that.
The Octagon House.
The Octagon House, definitely. Winchester House. Waverly Hills.
Salem as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I would love to do out there, but it is extremely expensive out there as well.
Wow, I see. But it's the travelling though, isn't it? I'm going to be speaking to Andy Murphy soon anyway. I'm just trying to sort out the time because obviously did you say 8 hours time difference?
Yeah, it is. We do about 9 o'clock live over here, and I think it's about 1:30 over there, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we've decided we'll probably go for a Sunday because it's just not going to work. I'm not going to stay up that late, and it's just going to be, you know. But I will be talking to Andy Murphy at some stage. So, Liam Gray wants you to go to Ireland.
Oh, Liam, we could make that as a journey, mate. We could have a week over there.
Oh yeah, some cool places in Ireland, aren't there as well?
Yeah, if we plan it carefully, then you know, we can make a trip over there. My idea anyway is in the next couple of days we're going to buy a van and convert it into a camper van.
In the next couple of days, we plan a lot of it. You said a couple of days.
Days.
I say days.
See?
In a couple of days.
Just pop out before Christmas for me.
Kids don't need Christmas this year.
Just say, we'll get a van instead.
Yeah, it is a plan to hopefully get our own little camper van going up, and so we can actually travel the UK or travel to Ireland,
and then not have to pay for hotels and
do our own little thing that way. So that's something that we're looking at doing.
It is a great idea. I do camping. So, I did 2 weeks tour of Scotland.
For teenagers, camping's a good idea.
God, no. But for me and the dog, it's fine.
We'll wait for him to grow up, and then we'll go on our own, I think.
Well, that's it. It's just me and the dog. So, it was just like I take him ghost hunting. It was a bit awkward, but I met.
The lad's been with us, and he enjoyed
it. Yeah, it was
that's cool. That's good. So I just went and he growled at something. So we're by a castle in. I don't know if you would have gone there with Scott. You met Scott up there anyway.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Where did you go with him? Jedburgh, was it? Or
no, we went to Jedburgh with Liam and that, and then we went to.
I can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it. Glocknan Castle, something like that.
Oh, there's castles everywhere, aren't there?
Yeah,
in Scotland. Yeah, my tent's bigger than Scott's. Yay! Too right. Yeah, just for me, it's great. But yeah, I do love Scotland and all the castles. Oh, yeah. That's where I went? Oh, I don't know.
There we go. I told you I couldn't pronounce it.
Is that the one I went to, Scott? It's the one with the two castles.
Yeah.
Two castles together.
You've got the castle, and then you've got the outhouse, which looks like a castle.
The massive house.
Yeah. Yeah, so we went to the outhouse. He's getting a bigger one. There you go. What can you say there? I don't know what he's talking about either. Hey. Roll on Jedburgh return. Yeah.
Yeah, we're returning to Jedburgh May the 27th next year.
All night.
For an all night, 12 hours.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, I went to that that castle there. And we were sitting there with an app, and Scottish voices were coming through, and the dog was like sitting on the floor. He started growling, and we got a REM pod up there, and then the REM pod went from the direction he was growling at.
Wow.
It's dead cool, isn't it? Because dogs do pick
animals are very sensitive.
Yeah. But yeah, he did pick up something there. He got a tick, which is a bit gross. I didn't know what it. I know. So yeah, if you go ghost hunting in Scotland with the dog, then you just have to watch it. We've got Nigel here from North Pole. Hi, Nigel. Are you okay? But you've done some fantastic places. So, do you like going? Do you go round woods, graveyards? Do you do anything locally, or?
I personally won't do graveyards.
Okay,
but
it's fine.
We don't do graveyards.
I'll walk around a graveyard and look, but I won't personally call out personally.
But I would never say I'd never investigate a graveyard. I think. Do I think the bodies are all there? The spirits are all there? Possibly not, because look, when we go to different places, their spirits are there and not actually where they're buried. So
that's it. Because I wonder if people actually go and visit the lost. They've lost. And do their spirit go and do what they always did in life?
Yeah.
So you don't know, do you?
No, forests and that. Yeah, we've done. Where was it? Cannock Chase.
Oh wow!
Done, where was the other one we done?
Delamere
Forest. So we have done a few. We've even done the local forest by ours. Is supposed to be haunted.
Yeah, we did.
We took the kids. The kids went.
Brilliant!
The kids were good little investigators
until the very end, and then the little one thought that she was being followed and decided to scream.
Oh yeah, it is. Was it dark by then as well?
It was.
It was dark, but she'd been watching silly videos before we went. So
not Blair Witch.
No.
Jamie.
Videos.
So what sort of evidence did you get in the forest then? What sort of activity?
In our forest, nothing, was it? In the Cannock, I don't think we got much at all, did we? I don't think.
No, I think with outside, you've got to be very careful because there's so much.
You don't know what's around, do you?
No, I don't like it for the simple fact that you don't know people as well. These days, you've got to be very careful where you're going.
People are the issue,
And falling over, I am terrible. I fall over my own feet, so the amount of times I broke my legs. So, like I say to him, so if we're going anywhere, you stand there, you hold my hands because I will fall.
That's it with woods and sticks and like potholes everywhere. If you go like over Cannock, which I guess is like peat and stuff like that, it must be quite lethal and easy to get lost as well.
Yeah, very
easy.
Can't imagine. That'd be a complete nightmare. So Andy says, do you prefer any particular venue for investigations? Church, house, pub?
It depends. Anywhere you go, could be as active as the last place you've been, whether it's a pub, a church, a house, a manor house, a castle.
I personally like all manor houses. I just love the history behind them and the atmosphere. I like to have a good nose round.
Saying that, even when we're just driving around, you look at a big white and black building that looks like from the 16th century. You think, ooh, I could go in there. Do you know what I mean? Even it's like knock on the door. Excuse me, can I just do an investigation?
Our daughter went to football the other day, and we drove past a lovely castle. And we could just pull over.
I'm like that with my friends. You just go somewhere like, oh my god, I want to go there.
Isn't it? Like, oh, that's
creepy. I want to go there. But yeah, it's just brilliant, isn't it? You just have this fascination. Did you ever like history at school?
I loved history. We had the same history teacher from different schools, and she was sexist. I'm not going to say she was sexist.
She was horrible,
but she was really articulate with her history. She'd be shouting and screaming, and I took history for GCSE. I loved it. I did.
You hated it.
I like history. Don't get me wrong. I love all sides. I just didn't like my teacher. She was like Roxanne said, she was sexist.
She was, but...
my mum went into the school one day on parents' evening and said, "My son thinks you're sexist." She went, "Well, yeah, because I tell the boys that they're doing rubbish, so they try and work better." She said, "Well, you're not going to get that with my son." So I used to go into class, just put my chairs down and go to sleep, and then I'd wake up with the bell going. So I never used to bother him.
Yeah, that's it with history lessons. It's all down to a teacher, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all down, like with any sort of topic, it's how you taught.
Yeah.
And that helps at how much you like a subject as well.
Yeah.
Obviously you've got the natural side of whether you like something or not, but if you do like history, then you go in and you're just bored to death, then that's it, isn't it? You're not going to do a lot.
No.
But yeah. We've got Anthony. I want to go to a graveyard for hunting. Before I enter or just start, I ask for the keeper of the graveyard to guide us around and answer questions.
Good idea.
I like that. That's cool, yeah.
Respectful.
It is, yeah. I like that. So, hi Mike, hope you're well.
Hi Mike.
Do you ever pick anything up spiritually at all? Now, you say you get sort of caught on your leg and stuff. Children.
Very weird things happen in the house that we both witnessed at the same time. So my nan in Scotland passed away, and we'd been to an investigation, I think the day before, and I was sleeping. I had a dream that she was there, and I went to give her a hug and she disappeared. But then I'll let you explain the next bit.
So she was sleeping, and this is the same exact time now. And I was watching telly in the bedroom, and I needed a toilet. And I got up, and her nan was only small. They used to call her Fat Nanny because she was small and fat.
Fat Nanny.
Right. Oh. And I walked out of, like, our bedroom is here, then the girls is here like that, and the boys is here like that. And as I walked out of mine, I saw a small, little fat woman in the girls' bedroom, and she disappeared like that, and she woke up the same time.
Same time. So as I was hugging her, she's disappeared. And
she told me, and I said, "Are you joking?" She went, "No." I said, "Honest God," I said, "I've just seen
that's the one only dream I've ever had
in the girls' bed, but you never got to say goodbye to her."
She's obviously in Scotland, so obviously I never got to go visit her before she passed.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Like a little goodbye thing.
Yeah, like we've had stuff like with dreams. I think dreams are they can be very mysterious in ways of, like, I think you do have loved ones that do come to you in your dreams, and
that's it.
Like my dad recently passed last year, and my nan died 2 years prior to that. And Roxanne had seen my nan in a dream, all done up, her hair done proper as she used to look, didn't she?
Yeah.
And she gave her a hug and said, "I love you." And because she loved Roxanne, she always used to say to Roxanne, "I love you," and stuff like that. And, but then I had a dream about me nan. I was in my mum's old house where we used to live when I was younger, and as I come out the toilet, my mum's bedroom was here, and my nan was sitting in a rocking chair that she used to have, and she was crocheting. And I said, "Oh, all right, Nan, have you seen me dad today?" And she went, "Yeah, Cock, he's okay," and then disappeared, as if it was her way of telling me that my dad was fine.
Yeah. Oh, how beautiful. Yeah.
I do believe that you do get them experiences.
Whether it's unconscious in your mind
or loved ones do come to you. But
I think these dreams are different, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
You remember something special. They really are. And you remember them. Like I had a freaky dream 3 nights ago. I've just had a lesson with Sam Pert, so I kind of asked him what it meant, because it was horrible. And he says it's like new beginnings or something. But but that wasn't about a person. This was about an area, a situation I was in, which was horrible. But Yeah, but you get this and you get messages, but for you to get family, oh wow, it's so cool.
Yeah, it was surreal, but
Hey,
like I,
always cool.
a lot of the my dad's brother don't see eye to eye at all. He was there the night I found my dad, and he just left.
Gosh.
And I had a dream again with my dad, and my uncle was there, and he was in the dream, and it was a weird dream because, like you said, you have perceiving. And I was in this room upstairs with loads of birds, and my uncle was there, my dad was there. My dad turned around to me and said, "Can you just give him a hug and say sorry? Just give him a hug. He's sorry, Charlie, sorry." And I don't know if that was because of the stress behind my head that I was, because I don't want nothing to do with him. It was like thingy, or whether it was my dad's way of saying to me, Charlie, it's not his fault, forgive him. But I never would, because that's the way it is. But it was weird the way that was. It was really, it was so real though as well. It was like I was there. It wasn't like I was like having a dream. It was like I was there, and it was really, really weird. But it was like my dad trying to tell me to forgive my uncle. But no.
Yeah, sometimes by forgiving it helps you move on, but sometimes like too much has just been done, hasn't it?
I can forgive. I'd never forget.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm Scorpio. No, I never forget, and you can't forgive. No, it's always there. So dreams are very special. Shame we don't get more of them, and it is. I think I had a couple of my family, and oh god, it's beautiful, and you kind of don't want to wake up, do you?
No.
You're having a dream, and you don't want to wake up to reality because you have met the ones who are precious to you, and yeah.
Well, it was like with your loved one. I know a lot of people don't believe in it and thingy, but like there was the day after my dad, that night my dad died, wasn't it actually, or the day after when I left my phone in my dad's flat.
Yeah, it was the day after.
It was the day after, so obviously I had to go and sort his house out. And I left my phone there, and it's pitch black in his house. He had no electric or nothing.
Oh.
And as I went up the stairs, no, it was the same day.
Same day, yeah.
And as I went up the stairs, because she stayed in the car with my dad's dog, and as I went upstairs, as I was going up the stairs to his flat, I always used to, when I used to walk to my dad's house, Dad, and I went, Dad, and I swear to God on my kids' lives, I heard him say, "I'm here, Chal," as if beautiful. To say, like he was there. But the weird thing is, because my dad took his own life, and the weird thing was, we never had no suicide letter.
We searched the house.
The Auntie Sandra was there, checked all letters, nothing. And I just turned around and I said to my dad, Dad, if you're there, I just want to know you're okay. Can you give me a sign? No word of a lie. A bag that we put rubbish in. Now it could be coincidence, but we were about to take it downstairs and chuck it away. Fell on the floor, and there was a letter there saying that I'm sorry, Chal, that he couldn't take it no more. And I've still got that letter to this day.
So it's like,
but
that was going in the bin.
That was going in the bin, and it
fell off the door.
Dropped off the door, and it was there. As if this way of like trying to say sorry to me and thingy. But honest to God,
we would have known otherwise. We would have spent.
And my Auntie Sandra went through all his drawers, and she said, Charlie, I've checked all his letters. There was nothing there. Nothing. And it's my dad's handwriting as well.
Wow. It's just amazing, isn't it? How spirit does work. And you sort of definitely know it's around for
10 minutes later. That would have been in the bin. We would have never known why, sort of thing. We would have had so many more questions. Whereas that falling, that gave us not
that did it.
Validation of what,
like, because we didn't know whether it was, like he didn't want to do it, it was accident, or do you know what I mean? So like,
you do need answers.
Some people
you do.
And they don't do it and thingy, but then when I found that letter, that was just like that's what he wanted. Because when my nan died, he lost himself. He was the apple of my nan's eye, and he done everything for her. Do you know what I mean? Like my Auntie Sandra did.
Get you.
And he couldn't cope with her, and we knew that. We were, to be honest, even though it was horrible losing him,
we knew it was going to happen.
We knew it was coming, and we thought it would have been a lot sooner.
Yeah, bless you. So I'll be with his family now, and that's it, isn't it? Oh, bless you. Yeah, it is horrible, but my gosh, to get that note is. Yeah.
I mean, it's just validation. So it's like how things work in mysterious ways. Like, family are there, that family do. They do.
Kelly says
it might only be
for that split second, but they're there with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. I kind of have sort of weird things happen around me, and I think it's my mum or dad, and it is lovely. And
yeah, my granddad's been passed 20 odd years, and my nan still talks to him. She said she still knows when he's in the house or when he's around, and she'll talk to him when she gets a sensation or his smell.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, it is so lovely. Like, I did it's a public event, and it was at an old theatre, and I knew my mum had gone with me in the car because it's her car. But I knew she was sitting alongside me in spirit. So we sat in this auditorium. There's a medium on stage. He says, "Oh, you got a lady next door to you?" I said, "Yeah, my mum." He says, "You got a gentleman behind in a wheelchair?" I said, "Oh, I don't know." Forgetting that my dad had been in a wheelchair the last month of his life.
Wow.
And so basically, I'd gone to a ghost hunt. I've got mum and dad sitting around me. How cool is that?
Mad,
And they actually warned me about my dog. So they mentioned my dog in a way to the medium, and the word Mr. Bones came out, and I knew that Mr. Bones was another dog who I knew through my dog. And they basically told me my dog was going to be ill as well. So they kind of warned me my dog was going to be ill. So,
mad,
yeah.
it is.
And
the way
it
it
is,
works,
isn't it?
mysterious.
Yeah. Because in mediumship, you shouldn't really say if something's bad's going to happen.
No.
But my mum and dad, they kind of like tipped me off. It was
little heads up.
It is mad, isn't it? And I kind of knew what the
I'm
message
asking
was.
for a lottery numbers next time.
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely. Got my cousin come visit me at my house, so I know when he's around. That's lovely, Kelly. And my lost dad last October, and there's times I'm feeling around me, and they are, and it is so lovely, isn't it? I remember when bless you. Liam, Dad passed away in January, and I have his ashes in a wooden box. I was in bed, heard a bang, and when my partner got up through the night, the ash box had gone on the shelf. I have it on. Luckily, it didn't open the box. Oh dear. Oh wow.
Yeah, because I've still got some of my dad's ashes here because he's always said to me because his dad was scattered on a farm that he used to go to as a kid.
Oh,
And
bless you.
he always used to say to me, I want my ashes scattered there. But then when my nan died, he paid for the plot to be buried with her. So because he's always said to me, I want to be with my dad and I want to be with mum, I put half of him in and half of him with his dad.
That's lovely. Yeah, it is hard, isn't it, to decide as well.
Well, I was going to get rid of him, not get rid of him, that sounds bad, but scatter him this October, a year after his anniversary. But Roxanne said to me, "You sure you're going to do it?" And she knew that I wouldn't have done it. You've got to make sure you've got it. She knew, and I haven't. I've still left him on the window.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard because we saw my mum scattering her mum, you see, and oh gosh, we were kind of so traumatized by that. We couldn't do that, me and my sister. Yeah. So yeah, it was.
I've heard a few
hard one, isn't it?
Scattering. I know somebody local to us whose auntie got scattered and she ended up in her mouth. So,
well, this is the one, isn't it?
You've got to be very careful. Check the weather first.
Well, yeah, this is the problem with Mum. She wanted to be scattered in the Gower. There's Rosilly Bay, and there's a little bench there, and she wanted to be scattered there. Well, if you're doing that, and there's a strong wind and people are on the beach, and it was always my worry. It really was.
Sprinkling somebody's sandwiches.
It's there, isn't it? And oh gosh, you just think of the worst, don't you? So, Kelly, have a spirit of a dog that comes and visits me. Oh, bless you. Liam, scattered half the ashes on the beach as my dad loved the Viking style of life. Wow. And some with my granddad. And rest is at my house, pride of place. Yeah. And it's lovely, isn't it? And you do what you feel right doing as well. And that's it, isn't it? Don't do what people tell you to do.
Yeah.
Do what is right for you.
Yeah.
That's it. Why not take the ashes with you and try talking to one of them? Yeah. See, I've got my mum and dad together. It is quite strange. As a kid, we always said my dad was 10 years older than mum, so obviously we thought dad would go first, but it was the other way round. So I always said we'll wait for mum to go. Mum will go, and then we'll wait for dad, and then shake them together. And in the end, we didn't know what to do with mum, so we saved with dad, and now we've got both. I've got some mum and dad in the house. My sister has as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional, but like when we took them to where we did scatter them near a tree in a forest, then we just scattered them together, sort of thing, So it was, we always thought we should stay together. Hi, Linda. Hope you're well. Yeah, but it's just one of those, isn't it? And oh wow, Chillingham. Wow, that's a fantastic place. I've yet to go there, but
we haven't.
No, we've never been there.
You've not been there.
No.
Well, I had a dog, so it was awkward because they don't allow dogs on the premises.
Oh.
So I actually drove. I was staying at Sea Houses, rather. So I was staying there and sort of drove to the castle, and there's a beautiful church next door to it. So I parked where that was, and then just left the dog in the car, just nipped up the driveway. Yeah. It was actually the other side of the castle, so I could have got the dog in the car park and then sort of nipped in just to have a look out, which I would have done, but I weren't going to leave him right on the middle of the road. You're not going to leave him on a country lane somewhere, are you?
No.
You don't really leave him in a car park, to be honest, but it was in the middle of nowhere. Because, to get to Chillingham, you have got to go down some little roads, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're not going to find it accidentally.
No.
So, Linda, if you have a chance to sprinkle ashes on the ocean, the current will move the ashes in a path. Resulting view is one of sparkling rainbow colours. That's the plankton feeding on the ashes. Oh, wow. That's brilliant, that is. Yeah. Gosh. Oh, that's so lovely, that one. But, yeah. So, what are your plans, then? Get to do Christmas.
we obviously still go out with friends, ghost hunting next January 17th with Liam and his team, New Dawn Paranormal at 30 East Drive.
That'll be our first time there.
What do you think of 30 East Drive?
I think it's been very, very hyped. Not going to lie, because there's a lot of stories there about the house that's not actually true. It's actually the land that's haunted, not the house
itself.
That's right.
And it was a gallows that was there well before the house built, and hangings took place there, and so
we'll have to just play it by ear. But
there's been a lot of things that I've seen over the last couple of weeks of evidence on there that I've seen, but I would like to see it for myself first. But as we will, Liam's team and us, we will go for it, and we'll try and either debunk what we can or see whether it is genuinely haunted, which I hope it is.
That's right.
Always a great night if it is, but if it's not, then it's not to say
you've got the t-shirt.
Yeah, but it's not to say it's not haunted. It's just that nothing's really happened for us. So we'll see how it goes. Then we've got Jedburgh again in May. I've actually got a meeting with Stanley Palace after the 28th of this month to talk about a few things possibly for next year.
Oh, nice one. Oh, brilliant.
Fingers crossed. I spoke to them the other day, so they got in touch, said they'll ring me after 28th because I finished my new job. I start my new job in December, so I've got a week off in between where I could do some stuff. So, they offered us while we were there, did we want to run some nights and stuff like that. So we said we didn't know, obviously with the cost of living, my health as well at the moment. So we're going to talk about it.
Take it
easy. So we're going to talk about it. Have a meeting with them, see what's what, and discuss a few things. But they're really up for it. They approached us to do it. So
that's lovely.
So we're hoping to do that. And then, obviously with our friends, like my mother-in-law, Tracy and that, Katie, Laura, we always go different places and try and find different things to do, work around our schedules and stuff like that. So, we're always busy, especially with 5 kids as well. So.
Yeah. it's great. You've got so many like wonderful people who you trust around you as well, and that is lovely, isn't it? If you sort of ever come to the Midlands, let us know. I can sort of arrange something. And obviously there's quite a few people around here who'd love to meet you. So yeah, and so I've done it a few times where I put Haunted Antiques and we've just gone, and people from like around the country sort of gone and met them.
I think we were talking to Liam about doing, what was that place?
I can't remember the name.
Is it Stoke?
Stoke, yeah, Haunted Museum in Stoke, yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about doing that.
Yeah.
Lord, don't forget Chris. I'd never forget Chris. Never.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, Laura's cool. I've investigated with Laura a couple of times.
And Chris is watching. I love you, Chris.
Yeah, excuse the background. That's my dog's. I'm getting comfy. Bless him. Got a really weird question here. You might have seen it. So from Anthony Lewis. Anyone in your family going to have a child by next year?
Not that I know of.
Not that we know of, no.
Okay.
I hope it's not us, because I've had the snip and I don't want no more.
No more.
Oh, bless you.
No, not that we know of.
Unless my sister's not telling me something, or Leon, my brother.
Oh, nice.
Don't start.
So,
no,
take that one with you then, and you'll have to let Anthony know or let us know if anything does come through. Yeah. So, Mike, looking forward to investigating with you both
speak
again.
To the lads.
Don't start.
Yeah, but there's just so many fascinating places, though, aren't there?
So where's your favourite place then, Jacqueline?
I sort of, I don't know. I go to Haunted Antiques in Hinckley a lot. There's a lot of like different energies there, and it's so different every time I go. It's more like object based as well.
Yeah.
So, like the first time I went, it was weird because you're used to going to a haunted house, haunted location. So it's about the building with one or two characters. But the thing is, it's just loads of different items which potentially hold energy.
Yeah.
And you imagine those just put in one room, or several rooms, and I'm getting to know the characters. They actually help out there as well.
Oh, good.
So recently
we can go back to a place as well and keep doing the same place to try see whether it changes or.
Yeah, this is right, because I went twice in 2 weeks. So I went with Haunted Auckland, and I don't know why everything was so quiet, and it wasn't right for the place. It was just too quiet, and sort of said, well, what's going on? Because this isn't. And then the next time I sort of organised an event myself, and there's 10 people, a lot of them were mediums, and they picked up on the main characters, which I'm used to meeting there. And it was wonderful for them to come out with the stories, which I already knew.
Ah.
And like they identified this lady who's got, a doll who, the doll is actually under a glass case to stop people from touching the doll, because this lady, spirit lady's like requested that it's her doll and she doesn't want people touching it. So she, and then there's like other characters within the building, and they were coming through.
So they just validated what you already knew.
Yeah, and it's just to build on in your own mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of getting evidence. Like I've known they've got some elementals, and like I never believed in that sort of thing. But there's been enough people who've gone with me and felt something crawling up my legs. Now, as I said, I don't feel stuff like that. So, I don't know if it's if it's a skill or something like that. I don't know. Skill, question mark. I haven't been scratched or anything. But one day I went with this medium and we sat around the seance table. All of a sudden he's freaking out, going, what's that on the floor? And he's like looking on the floor to see all these creatures running around. I'd heard of them. I'd heard them scratching. I'd heard them scratching on the ceiling, but I didn't realise.
Mad, isn't it?
And for actually him to see them, it's fantastic. So Annette wants to go to Stoke as well. Yeah. Well, and Haunted Antiques. Yeah, let us know if you want to go, Annette, we'll go sometime. And it's good for a medium to pick up on what you know of a site. It's confirmation for both sides, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the thing is about haunted antiques in Hinckley, they don't actually tell you anything about the items. So they let groups go in and then find out what they find out and then tell them, then they'll sort of validate it. So, and that's sort of, it's a good way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it's always good like that. When we've been into places, some places like we've known history and known how to investigate it, and go in with a strategy, if you like. But then there's been places where we've been, we know nothing of the history,
we've not learned
nothing whatsoever, haven't researched it, nothing, and gone in and just seen what we got. And then when we've looked back at it and seen that we've got this evidence that's similar to what the story's been told of this place, it's fascinating to know that you have then genuinely witnessed the stories that have happened there, but nobody's told you about it.
Yeah, that's it. Louisa says that Stoke's wonderful. And have you investigated a Devil's Toy Box?
No, where's that?
There you go. I think it's the one at Stoke.
Sinister laugh there, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's at Stoke, is it? I know that Ben's taken a box to Stoke, and I do need to go and see that box. So Ben and Louise are demonologists, as in they've been doing it for absolute years. So, and they rescued a box off somebody. They did a case, and they sort of rescued this box. And it's at Stoke-on-Trent, and
it's got a lot of energy around this box then.
Because they left it in the garden for quite a while. Because it was So
we've done a project, if you like, not a project, an experiment. Liam actually bought a haunted doll off eBay called Emma. But when he bought it, he just said, "Look at this, Charlie, mate, my address." He sent it to us.
That's fun.
Awesome. And then he said it's coming to Wales for a holiday until we go to East Drive. And then we got another one ourselves called Helen, who said supposed to be a very an old woman, said to be in 89, attached to this doll or to this vessel.
Okay.
Anybody that doesn't believe in God will burn in hell and stuff like that. But we haven't witnessed. We've had them now for about 3 weeks, and we haven't witnessed nothing from them. We've investigated them and nothing. So it was kind of like
lots of people do sell haunted items that aren't haunted.
Yeah, I know. Haunted cat balls, ghost balls. Yeah.
Haunted different boxes.
We do it as an experiment to kind of like, if it works, fantastic, brilliant. But if not, we could say, well, don't believe everything that you buy. It's not. You've genuinely, sometimes when you buy stuff, it's haunted. So it's one of those. I think it's a very rare occurrence, and I don't specifically believe that an energy can stay within that vessel, no matter what. I believe that it can move. It's just a vessel. It's a vessel for it to jump from one vessel to the next vessel to whatever. So I do believe that it can be moved around or can move wherever it wants to go.
That's right.
So, I don't really believe that all haunted items or dolls genuinely stay haunted. I think some of them are really hyped, and it's very, very rare to get an attachment.
Yeah, that's it. Linda sort of says, maybe take a meter that measures frequency. If someone sees the beasties on the floor again, take a reading. Yeah. But, not many have seen them, but they've certainly encountered them. But yeah. Do haunted items register on a meter? Yeah, if you take a mile meter, it can pick up. So yeah.
I do believe if you have got a genuine haunted item there, that it depends what it is if it's negative energy or
could just be an energy attached.
It could just be an energy, but that then can bring more energy into that location.
Yeah, that's right.
I do believe that, and then it could seem like that whole place is haunted because of the energy that this negative energy or positive energy, whatever, has invited this other energy into. Do you get what I mean? Like a Saturn project there with the doll, and that seemed okay at first, and then afterwards it became more and more sinister, more and more darker. We started to lose the original hauntings of that place. But then when you remove them items, then original hauntings would come back.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
It's a bit of one of them. Girls.
Yeah, I've got a mel meter, and that would sort of measure. It's usually on naught, and if it picks anything up, it can sort of go up. So we've got Liam. Whether the doll is haunted or not, my lass would have kicked me out. Hence why she's having a holiday. Uncle Johnny, aren't you? Yeah, but why not? Even though we didn't know, they'll be charging board, won't you?
I'll charge a rent.
Yeah.
Board lodgings. Were there any pubs that were haunted that you like the most?
Not
You've been
sure.
to a Skirrid?
No, I'd like to do the Skirrid Inn. We have said we'd like to do the Skirrid Inn. And the Jamaica Inn. We'd like to do there. But no, we haven't really. Well, except for the King's Head in Chester. But that was a bit of a hit and miss, wasn't it?
That was mainly quiet.
Yeah. Anywhere else we've done as a pub? We've done a few when we've done like the Chester series, stuff like that. There was a few there, like the Pipe Bowl and stuff like that.
They were quite quiet.
They were quiet, but we did have some stuff in there. But we've never really been to a really, really haunted pub or anything like that.
It just depends who you go with and you know what you pick up, isn't it? You know, like if the energy's there, is anything around at that time, or do you just miss it because you're doing something what it can't communicate by?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of it sometimes is residual as well. A lot of residual in Ireland.
Yeah, so it's just lovely though. What investigating I do. Should be careful buying anything second hand. Heard knocking on the walls and doors. The ring didn't belong to Annette, and someone didn't want to be here. I took it back where she got it from. I've just acquired a doll. So basically, on Facebook they've got the local community pages. Yeah. So this person had found a doll, and it was freaking her out. Obviously, everybody was putting posts, and it sort of attracted anything. Like a day later, I saw it, and I says, do you want any help? And I've got it. So I've got this doll, and I put it onto the page basically to ask people what they think of the doll. So I'm just trying to gain evidence. I want to do a live. I'm going to try various methods, see what I get, and when I went to pick it up though, it's quite funny because the bloke in the house, he said he'd come for an app, so he'd got it in the house and he thought he'd try it out. So he bought this app and tried it. A picture fell off a wall straight behind it.
Wow.
They'd also got a Staffy type dog, and the Staffy had an issue with the dog.
Mad, isn't it? Because they do say animals do pick up on a lot of things like that.
Ours,
our cat and dogs have been around it. The cat sleeps next to it. There's nothing that comes from them, so that these have picked up on.
Yeah. I do want to find the owner yet. I've got to go to Aldi because it's actually found in a supermarket car park. So this girl rescued it because it's just there, and it's been on local spotter pages, and everyone's commented on it, and everyone had seen it sitting there. So I've got to contact them and say, I've got this just in case, if anyone wants it, because it's not my property, and if I want to get it back to its owner, but if it wants to talk to me in the meantime, and all its face is smashed up though. It's got a porcelain face, and its face is smashed, so you don't know if something happened. And that's why it's been discarded, do you?
No, you don't know. Yeah.
Von actually picked up quite a lot on that, which I won't go into because I want to see what people do get. So I just save and save everything I get and like put it all together. Writing a book as well, so that could be one chapter if I get anything from it. But yeah, so. The other items I just kind of acquired. I went to a 1940s tea room, and they kind of said that they got an issue with the doll and all the customers complaining, and they didn't know what to do with it. Well, all right, then I'll look after it for you. So yeah, because she gave off bad vibes apparently. She's been to a few locations actually. It's quite cool. I've got her down here. Oh God. Yeah. So you like I've taken her to a few locations. Facing the wrong way.
I was going to say that.
And in Gressley Hall, there's a rocking chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh wow, she is so happy on that rocking chair. And she's just like rocking horse. Yeah, she's just like sitting there. So it's really cool. This is my old one, by the way. That's not the new one. But yeah, and also, I just found like when there's like a group of people, I've taken to a few investigations. One person will just grab her and have her for the whole time.
Like they're drawn to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just drawn to her.
Mad, isn't it?
So yeah, she feels really cold actually. But yeah. But yeah, she was sitting in a sort of drafty area, maybe, I guess. But yeah, so she's really cool. Von says looks like no one on the local group recognised the doll. The owner might not want it back. She doesn't feel anything negative. Oh, this is where the dog
around the doll now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Bad dolls.
She fell over. Oh, bless you. Yeah. I felt really sad with her as well. Like, the girl wanted to make her into a Halloween. Oh, God. The dog wants this doll.
That's what a lot of people are doing now, aren't they? They're painting the dolls up. There's quite
I gave somebody a lady called Terry. She does the same. She really decorates these dolls and they look horrible, you know. So like horrific. That's what she's brilliant at it. So I saw about 3 dolls in a charity shop, so I bought them for her and like gave them her. But yeah, so she could like decorate them up. So this lady just didn't want. Oh wow. Oh, she's interesting.
Oh, if you can't see it because of the fucking.
It's her face, isn't it? It's her eyes.
She seems like she's smiling all the time. She's got one of those faces.
Yeah. Now this one's got black eyes. Oh.
She come with her very own false eyelashes as well.
That gives me the creeps. That one does. Oh God.
Her eyes look better without the eyelashes on, but we've left them on.
The thing is about the doll I've got as well, the other, not that one, the other one. The lady in the house has kept brushing her hair for her. I was like, oh, why?
That's mad, isn't
so
it?
yeah, I know.
Is there a way of happy?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything with that doll. You know, it's early days. She's just moved in, and the dog's a bit. Dog wants a lot of attention these days. So I think I've had the doll about. I've nearly had the doll about a week now. So yeah.
So how long? Like obviously, when you've been investigating a doll, how long has it taken for you to get anything from the doll?
I just put notes together just to see what other people get. So I do a lot of with the items I've got. I do psychometry. So I was sort of like I used to have lessons with Barry John, and she turned up at one of the lessons, and we sort of went round to see what people get. You know, so I just write notes and see like if people get the same thing.
Ah, right, okay.
So like I just try and gather evidence, really.
Yeah.
You know, the other one. Well, I don't know. I kept meaning to do live with that one. I might do, but yeah, I might do it. I keep meaning to do live with the other one, but I never kind of get round to it. I don't know.
Not enough time in the day.
No, I'm rehearsing for Panto at the moment. So
Very busy lady.
Yeah, I'm always doing something. So yeah, I've got a show in just not this weekend, the following weekend. Oh dear. There you go.
No, you're okay. Now leave your hair alone.
She's got lovely curls, Liam.
Don't want to ruin her hair.
Oh wow, yeah. So they both go to East Drive then.
Probably we'll take both of them.
Yeah. We have got another doll in the back that we bought, not haunted or nothing, as a trigger object, for
that's it.
for kids to play with. To
right.
children's spirits.
Yeah, you're going to try and make some REM pods, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I do make REM pods, so.
Oh, brilliant! That's cool.
We've got some Halloween stuff that left here, like ghost things. So I'm going to turn them into like REM pods and stuff like that. So it's something different. I've got a witch's box in there that I want to turn into an EMF and a REM pod.
Awesome.
So I'm also looking at hopefully after Christmas next year making Liam a music box.
They're good.
To go with because his dad was into Vikings. I want it as a Viking style box for him so it's like a tribute to him and his dad. So yeah, that's something that I want to make for him. So
when Emma starts running around East Drive in January, is away to a hotel. You wimp.
You're sleeping in there, Liam, with her.
Cuddle in bed.
I did take this one to don't ever go there. Hull. The house in Hull.
39 degrees Street.
Oh god, yeah. I went there. It was a disastrous night. But I put her in the rocket. There's a pram there, so I put her in the pram. And the people upstairs said the spirits of the house weren't happy that she was in the pram. So they were getting a bit mardy, but by then the roof had leaked through the ceiling on the bedrooms, and all the water was in the kitchen ceiling, so we had to leave at midnight. I thought the whole thing would cave in, so yeah. It's not a place to recommend, but hey ho. Is it haunted? I don't know, because we didn't stay there long enough. But yeah. It might be different now. I've no idea. But yeah. It's funny when the spirit would go, get her out of the house. So yeah, well, we did get her out of the house quite quick, didn't we? But yeah, Von likes the idea of Viking box. Yeah, because the thing is about the earth around us, like the country, the Vikings here, and
exactly.
I'm like, there's an Anglo-Saxon cross not far from me, and apparently my house is on an Anglo-Saxon graveyard. Apparently. Did a ghost hunt at the school up the road, and they said, "Oh yeah, all that area is like burial ground."
This is the thing you don't know what's on the ground half the time, do you?
You look years and years ago, all these buildings were built and roads were built. There was farmlands. It was all marshes and settlements and as they call homesteads and that. Where would they have buried them? They would have buried them there and then.
Yeah.
All right, I know, like the Viking area, it was the belief of putting them on ships and sending them out to sea to be with the gods and going up to Odin and stuff like that, but it's still on the grounds. When people would have died in battle, they were all tucked and buried in pits and mass graves. So a bit of the land everywhere. I remember we done in Chester. What was that field called? It was where King First Charles was.
I can't remember the name of it. It was in Chester.
Against the Parliamentists and the Royalists. They had a battle.
Wow.
And they took a battle, and we were there, and I had the Estes method going. I was blindfolded, had that on. But it was a battlefield, and no word of a lie, never experienced visions or anything. But I broke down crying because I envisioned 11 people, soldiers, with old, army wear, guns, and it must have been, I saw, a little boy, blondish hair, must have been no older than, 11 to 15, just staring, piercing into my eyes. And I felt sad for them, as if they were just standing there ready for battle to die. And I've never experienced anything like that in my life ever. And that was just so sweet. I broke down crying. I was just so sad.
Surprised. Oh my god. Yeah, it is special to see images, but my gosh, it was so scary. I can see, I do communicate and I can see, but to get something that
it was so clear. was like, because where the field was, we were like by a bush area, weren't we, like by thingy, and it looked to me as if it went up on a slope.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was like just on like a top of a hill, like not much of a hill, but like a mound.
Did you check that out?
No, we never really looked into it afterwards.
Hey, there you go. Check it out.
Yeah, we knew it was a battleground.
If we ever go back there, we're going to definitely have
Chester's
to go
castle, through the wall of Chester.
Yeah.
It was there where the king actually watched the battle take place from the bridge to there.
Oh, wow.
And so it was very, very surreal, but I couldn't explain it. It was just something that was there, that I seen a vision of these people, and this young kid was just staring at me, like just piercing eyes, just looking right into me as if it was looking into me. But I could feel the sadness from it.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, Von experienced that at Culloden Battlefield with all the, you know, the grief and everything.
Yeah.
Hiya, how you doing? Oh, bless you. I hope you're well. We've got just trying to catch comment. Mike Asprey investigated East Drive last year with a group of friends, fell asleep in the middle bedroom, woke up with the overdose staring at him. That made you jump.
I'm going to fetch my eye mask, I think, so that when I go to sleep, when I wake up, I've just got my eye mask on.
I'm getting your mates actually move them to say that they're right place.
Probably just set around them.
That's right. Just say that. Like, oh, we just fell asleep. Stuff it. Wait till he wakes up. But thank you, Charlie and Rox, for doing a big favour. I appreciate it. Oh, bless you. Okay. So, have anybody got any questions? Oh yeah, Van wouldn't go back to Culloden. Only visiting for the day, wouldn't investigate there. Yeah, the places that you wouldn't investigate.
I think we've always gone back to everywhere.
There's places that that people have suggested to us that, like, if it's derelict or something like that, then we don't really tend to go and do it or anything like that. But then I will always say I will always give somewhere once a go.
Once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice, always, because you never know. Like we say, it doesn't always happen. And I do believe the more you go to certain locations, you build up that relationship with
that's it.
It can kind of verify it for you, and they get used to you going there, they respond to you, stuff like that. But no, I don't think there's anywhere that I wouldn't do. I would like to do somewhere, everywhere once at least.
We've never been somewhere where it's been that negative. We thought, no, never again.
No.
We may have said no while we're there, but then when we've gone on, we thought, if we go back one more time, see what's happened. Because like Pool Park, the first time we went there, we were pet tried the first time, and then we went I was.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Two or three times afterwards, and it was very quiet. So I'm glad we did go back, because then
we had a great piece of evidence from there the first time. I felt a stabbing pain in my side, and I went down on the stairs like proper in agony. And for some reason, just rage come over me, and I shouted, "You cannot hurt me!" And we captured an EVP which sounded like a Welsh accent going, "I just have done."
Oh my gosh.
But it just backed up what I was feeling. I felt massive pain in the side of my stomach. I was being stabbed. I went down on the stairs crouching, like I was in agony. And then I just said, "You can't hurt me." And then straight after, you could hear the whisper as well. And the EVP captured going, "I just have done."
Oh, bless you. Oh, wow. It's amazing to get something like that. Oh, take care, Liam. Thanks for watching.
I hope it goes well, mate.
Oh, good luck to you. Oh, bless you. Linda, nothing spooky. I've got Ant and Dec on my telly, so I've got a telly in front of me to give me a bit more light than my laptop. So, that's why the colour keeps changing. So, Lynn Peters, have you done Newsham?
Yeah, we've done Newsham a few times.
Oh, my God, I'd love to go there.
The last time, and I've got to say, I was quite disappointed. It was
so really quiet.
Like beyond quiet.
But then I think who was it? Was it John McKenzie went a couple of weeks ago last week, was it? And he said it was really, really active.
It doesn't happen every week, does it? This is
no. But like few times we've been there, it was really good.
Yeah, but the atmosphere as well. There was no atmosphere usually. When you're walking around, you can feel certain things. It feels heavy in certain areas, but we walked around the whole thing and nothing was there.
That was weird. Yeah, but I got that a couple of weeks ago, and you don't know why, but
you can't predict it now.
Yeah, it's a place I want to go to. Von, pain and suffering hits you in your face. Got the same at a Polish prisoner of war camp. We're only visiting there with no intention of investigating. Oh, bless you, yeah. I usually have a TV on and hardly ever have a light on in my house. And it's a bit bright, really, and yeah. So, not about cutting down electricity, it's because I don't like bright lights.
Don't talk about electricity.
No.
No, that's a good one at the moment, and I've put my heating on tonight because I was cold.
Yeah,
I put it all the way up to 20. It's like, oh, sod it.
That's $2.5 grand, Bill.
Yeah, that's it. That's just for 5 minutes. But yeah. But oh wow, I wish you all the luck anyway. So enjoy what you're doing, and we'll certainly look out for you. And I'll share your page, or feel free to share anything on Paranormal Path.
Yeah,
we will do.
It's been wonderful speaking to you.
It's been great. Thanks for having us on.
But I've had some laughs. Yeah, it's been great. Thank you. And thanks everyone who's watched. Mike, thank you. Linda, Vaughn, AJ, everyone who's watched. Thank you so much. And look after yourselves. Take care, eh? Okay then. Cheers then. Bye everyone. Bye. See you.